Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In a previous video, I mentioned that I had gone and bought windscreen PPF for this car, and this is it. So this video is going to be a really short, well, hopefully short, attempt to fit windscreen PPF to our Aston Martin Vallere. So without further ado, let's get straight into putting this onto this car, and I'll walk you through everything that I do know about doing this, which probably isn't a lot. Let's go. Okay, the very first thing you got to do is get the wiper arms out of the way. What happens is the wipers will hit the bonnet because they're partially tucked in. So we're going to put this thing in a service mode now, and that's really easy. When I say service mode, I mean wiper service mode. Now, on the older platform, it's very simple. All you have to do is on your dash, you have the old numbers for the telephone. You push and hold down 8 and 9. At the very same time, you take the key, you put the key in, and you turn it to position 2. They will come up, they will stop. Now at this point, you could just turn the car off, but I'm going to let it finish its systems check. That's gone fine. Now I'll turn it off, and these will stay there. So it's in service mode, ready for us to use. Now when I want to put them back, it's the exact same procedure. You just push 2 and 6. 8 and 9 to get them up, 2 and 6 to put them down. Every car will have its own unique setup for this. In this car, that's what it is. Now, this is the kit here. As you can see, there's not much to it. There's the pre-cut PPF. Yes, this is pre-cut. I don't have to cut the thing. We've got the actual PPF rolled up here. We have a spray bottle, and we've got a squeegee or a scraper, and we've also got solution for when we're putting it down. So there's really not much to this kit. It's pretty straightforward by the sound of it, but again, I haven't done it. But that's the kit. We're ready to go. We unroll this, we cut the backing off, and then we're going to wet everything down. But the most important thing is to get this clean first. Now, you might be asking, why am I doing this? Why would I put PPF on the windscreen? What's the point? Well, it's pretty obvious when you think about it. It's going to stop small chips, small cracks, small things from damaging the windscreen. Now, what I find funny is plenty of people are saying to me, but what's the point? You've got windscreen insurance. Don't worry about it. If it cracks, just make a claim. Well, there's 2 reasons why you want to avoid that. Reason number 1, if you're out on a road trip and you crack your windscreen on day 1, that's road trip over. You're not getting sorted. Your road trip is done. You're going home. It's on a truck. You're finished. You're canceling hotels, canceling the works. You're getting nowhere because your windscreen is cooked. PPF like this should generally stop that. It should mean that on day 1, if you get something big hit your windscreen, you can carry on to day 2, to day 3, to day 4, because this PPF is self-healing. To a degree, it's a great term, but it will sort of self-heal itself when it takes a hit. And the second reason, this is an obvious one for anyone who's had to do this. If you have to do anything with an insurance company, yeah, get prepared to bend over and get ringed, because they are the worst scum of the earth. You do not want to have to deal with insurance agencies. The less you have to deal with them, the better. So if you can set yourself up so that you don't have a problem, so that you don't need to go to the insurance company and you don't need to make a claim, then trust me, it's miles better. I would rather have 6 simultaneous root canals than talk to insurance ever again. So we're going to PPF this windscreen primarily for those 2 big obvious reasons. And what also spurred me to do it was, on this windscreen, when I bought it, I knew about a very, very, very small little chip. I haven't had it happen again, but it woke me up pretty quickly that you got to get some PPF on this windscreen. I've been chancing it for far too long. I need to get it on because the cost of replacing this windscreen, even if an insurer had to do it, the cost is just insane. It's another one of those Aston traps. You really can't get around it. You have to sort of go through Aston, or somebody can make it, and they're not cheap. But the biggest problem is there are 2 types of windscreens for these cars. Technically more than that, but we'll stick with 2 for now. There's ones which have the cutout for the VIN here and ones which don't. Now you're probably already figuring there's a price difference. Well, you better believe it, because the windscreens that don't have a cutout for the VIN, they are less than a third of the price of one which has it. Yes, this tiny little cutout down here triples the price of the windscreen. It's just nuts. That windscreen is roughly £2,500. I would much rather not have a broken windscreen than have to go through insurance and explain to them why this is £2,500. We can't use the much cheaper option because they're going to try that. And then you end up with fights and claims, and it's just a nightmare. You do not want to deal with insurance. Oh God, this thing's throwing everything at me. Okay, my original plan was actually take the wiper arms off, completely remove this thing, take it away so that I could work on the windscreen or windshield completely unfettered, so there'd be nothing in my way. Well, it's not gone to plan. The first wiper arm that I tried to take off, which is down in here, this is absolutely seized on there. The arm is almost effectively become part of the mechanism now. I'm not sure I'm going to get that off with ease. Now, a lot of you will say, oh, it'll come off, just do this, do that. You're right, there's plenty of things I could do, but the problem is I'm on the clock. I don't have a lot of time here. I need to get this stuff on, and this thing's costing me valuable time. So I've got a bodge workaround. Yes, it's not the way to do it, but I'm going to have to do it that way because I just need to get this stuff on. I've got to keep moving on it. So what I'm going to do is pin these things back out of the way, leave them where they are, but just have something actually pulling them back out of the way.
Okay, jumping straight into it. The very first thing, as I mentioned, is you have to clean. You have to get this thing immaculately clean to begin with. So what you're seeing is me using isopropyl alcohol to clean it over, and also a variety of different scrapers to just take off any marks, anything that's on that windscreen. Now that we've done that, I can actually get out the PPF, but I'm not going to put it on right away. The first thing I'm going to do is unroll it, inspect it, and then put it on to make sure it fits. I want to see that they've given me the right one. Now I go back to more scraping and more cleaning, and finally I can put on the solution. This is the slip solution. Now I can take the actual PPF, and what I'm going to first do is just inspect it and then lay it out, kind of get the lay of the land. As I peel it off, I'm spraying it down. The windscreen's been sprayed down, the PPF has been sprayed down, and now I'm going to put it on. And this is the part that I was concerned about the most. Because I'm doing this solo, I'm having to do it in one hit on my own, and I was really worried about creases. But that didn't happen. The thing went on very well. It all worked out easily. As you can see, once it's on, you push it into place, and then you use your squeegee to just squeeze out all the water. Once that's gone, you wipe away the excess water, and then I was able to look, check, make sure it went down, finish it off with any spots that had just lifted a bit, make sure it was 100% down. I could put the wipers down, watch someone else drive off in the car, and then we're done.
Okay, just like that, our PPF is on. Our windscreen has PPF on it. It took half an hour, and if I had to do that again, I could do that in much faster time. Honestly, this was probably one of the easiest jobs I've ever done. I didn't think it would be anything like that simple, but it's dead easy. It is so ridiculously easy, it's not funny. I really don't know why you would pay someone to do that. Having done it myself, I would never pay someone to put PPF on a windscreen. It's dead easy. It's simple. You can do it on your own. You do not need two people. There's no tools. It's just ridiculously easy. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of proof in the pudding because, well, it needs to set. It's going to take about 15 minutes, 30, maybe 30 to get sort of touch dry, for lack of a better term. So that's when the real tack will hit. And then it's going to take probably a full 24 hours before you can really use it. So I'm going to keep the car in the garage. But the outcome at this stage has been insane. The other thing that I've noticed is how clear this is now. This is insane, just how much clearer that windscreen looks. It's got that real bright, I don't know, glossy texture back to it. Before, it wasn't so good, especially when I cleaned it. When I cleaned this thing, oh, wow, there was a lot more scratching and a lot more little chips, tiny micro stuff, but god damn could I see it. Now that I put this PPF on it, it's just gone. It looks perfectly smooth, perfectly glossy, and it covers all the major areas. And it was just dead easy to do. Now, I've got to leave the wipers in service mode for now because I don't want them activating whilst it's still trying to catch its tack at the moment. So now the only little complication I have with this is I bought this pre-cut. So it was pre-cut for a DB9, but not precisely. I can tell you now it's off. It wasn't exactly 100% millimeter perfect. And then let's be honest, that's a bit crazy to expect that. Most of these guys printing it have never seen a DB9. They're just working off measurements. It can be out just fractionally, and that's what happened with this thing. So we've got little border areas where it should have come just a little bit further or just moved around a little bit, but it is what it is. To be honest, all the major parts of the windscreen are covered now. Absolutely covered. Anything hitting this now, it's going to be far better protected than it ever was. Now, what I'm really hoping is that I get my headlight PPF tomorrow because it's the last day and opportunity to put that on. The same supplier sent me the PPF for the headlights and the windscreen or windshield in the one package. They took it to the one place, handed it over, and somehow that one place has turned it into two packages. I've got the PPF today, and it looks like I'm getting the other package tomorrow. Yeah, we don't know why. The supplier doesn't know why, but it is what's happened. So as soon as I get them, hopefully tomorrow, I'll have the headlights covered.
Okay, it's the next day and I've got my PPF for the headlights. Now, this is exactly the same process with one little difference you'll see in a minute. We've intensely cleaned the headlight. We've then put on our solution. We're now peeling off the PPF itself because this is a very small piece. We're making sure it's all covered in solution. We simply pop it on, make sure again it's in the right spot. We did check first, and then we use our squeegee to push all the water underneath out, and it'll grab tack. We can then do the extra little piece for the washer piece, and the whole thing really wasn't hard. We're now going to move on to the other headlight, and you're going to see the difference here. I'm using a heat gun. Without the heat gun, it would have been utterly impossible there. And that's because on the headlights, they're massively curved compared to the windscreen. And the curves mean that the PPF does not naturally want to lie flat on it. So the only way to get around this is to use a little bit of heat. Just enough to allow the PPF to stretch.
Okay, there we have it. We have PPF on the windscreen and we have PPF on our headlights, and they just look amazing. Now they've had a little bit of time to sort of set in. It looks absolutely brilliant. It's really cleaned the car up. They look fantastic. They are getting better by the hour as they dry, but there's a problem. There's a really, really big problem with this. And it's not the car, it's not the PPF. All of that's fine. It's the implications. And I'm going to explain what that is in the next video, because the next video, yeah, you're going to get to see why I'm doing this in a rush. And then you're also going to get to see how these things really caused me a massive problem in that. For now, we're going to wind up on that. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed any parts of this video and you want to see why these things are a pain, well, don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe so when the next video comes out, you get to see the little hiccup I've created for myself in doing this. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching again. Simon out.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe